Consider the modern persuasion industry, a relentless avalanche of sales seminars, charisma coaching, and complex negotiation matrices. The premise sold to us is that acquiring a specific outcome requires maximum effort. You have to stack clever tactics, deploy aggressive logic, and turn up the charm to overwhelm the other side. But if you look closely, those intricate strategies are just complicated masks. They are hiding a single, unbending foundation. 4 simple words: I do not need you. It is a strange paradox in human interaction. The precise second you reveal that you deeply want an outcome, your capacity to actually secure it collapses. True influence does not come from what you add to an interaction. The leverage belongs entirely to the person willing to withhold their desperation. Instead of a social conversation, view interaction as a mechanical exchange of leverage, a perfectly balanced fulcrum. Watch what happens when one side expresses a strong desire. That need acts as a tangible weight, instantly dropping one side of the scale. This triggers an ancient, prelingual instinct in the other person. They do not register your need as a compliment. They perceive it as a systemic threat. In response, their brain unconsciously slams the brakes. The immediate, involuntary reaction is to deny the request and protect their own resources. This survival reflex bypasses logic entirely. Once that neediness is detected, all the rational arguments, perfect data, and charming dialogue stop working. In the behavioral games theory of human interaction, showing desperation builds an impassable biological wall. It kills the negotiation before the actual terms are even discussed. There is a mechanical countermeasure to bypass that wall. It is a specific maneuver known as the flip. Reset to equilibrium. Projecting indifference neutralizes their threat response. The assets on the scale remain identical. You have not altered the facts or changed the core product. The maneuver happens underneath. You transfer the invisible weight of need entirely into their corner. Psychologically, your indifference creates a vacuum. Human instincts abhor that kind of empty space, causing the other person to instinctively rush forward to fill it. By engineering that space, their evolutionary wiring flips. Their instincts stop working to defend their resources against you and start working to close the gap you created. Mastering this maneuver turns a deep biological obstacle into an automated engine of compliance. You force the opponent to negotiate against themselves. When you evaluate human interaction purely through the physics of leverage, the definition of a master negotiator changes completely. The loud, charismatic salesperson commanding the room is actually in a weak position. They're being pulled by an invisible tether of their own need to close the deal. The ultimate rule of leverage is remarkably simple. True power defaults to the individual who requires the least from the exchange. Absolute leverage is not an aggressive posture you actively assert. It is achieved through a strict sovereignty of indifference. Entirely removing your own need from the equation does not make you persuasive. It is the raw, mechanical definition of control.